If you are someone who is working in the IT field for any job profile, let it be data scientist, data analyst, for a big data engineer role, or even as an IT administrator, for every job profile in the IT industry nowadays, the knowledge of database plays a really very important role. So it is very important to understand the concept of database. Hi, my name is Kushbu, and in this particular video we will be discussing about the database concept, RDBMS concept, that is Relational Database Management System. Also we will be discussing about the concept of normalization, which is very important again when we look for the database. Alright, so without wasting a moment, let us understand about the database. Okay, so now let's understand about the general definition for a database. So, the database is anything that collects and organizes the data. So this is the simple and general definition that you can keep in your mind when somebody asks. So in general word, if someone refers to a database, it could be understood in the form of spreadsheet. A spreadsheet mean to say that suppose if a hotel is there and they have the record of their customer booking, so that will be kept in a kind of spreadsheet format. Also the customer booking details can be kept in the spreadsheet format. So in the spreadsheet, the record of the data is kept in the form of rows and columns, right? Rows and columns, and that is only referred to as database, where it can be collected and organized in a simple and well mannered. Now, in general way, if someone refers to a database, they are generally referring to an RDBMS. Okay? RDBMS. Now, what is the full form of RDBMS? That is Relational Database Management System. Okay. So this is the full form of RDBMS, that is Relational Database Management System. Now, by the name itself, you could understand that this is the kind of database where there is the kind of relationship between the table, where there is two or more than two tables, where some kind of relationship exists between the table. Now, if you didn't understood, let us take an example for understanding. Alright. Okay, so if you see on the screen, there is two tables. The first one is order table and the second one is customer table. Now, inside order table, we have columns like order ID, order date, ship date, customer ID, product ID, order quantity and shipped column. Whereas in customer table, we have columns such as customer ID, name, reason, street address, city, state and zip code. Now, if I tell you to observe these two tables and tell me what is the similarity that you are able to see here. So just take a moment and see what is the similarity that you are able to face. Okay. So here, if you see this table, this particular column, that is customer ID, is present in the order table, as well as this customer ID is present in the customer table, isn't it? So, by any way, you would be understanding that these two tables, that is order table and customer table, is somewhere related to each other, right? Okay, so suppose if I am just looking at this order table and I want to know about some customer information. Suppose if I am seeing the if I am looking at this order table and I want to know about the information for this particular customer having customer ID 3. Now where will I refer? I will be referring indirectly to the customer table for knowing the details of the customer. For knowing the details of customer, right? Okay, so here if I see the customer ID 3 is re-barrel construction. In which region he belongs? Southwest. In which region this customer belongs to? That is Southwest. What is the address for this particular customer? That is this one. City name is this one, and these all information we will be getting for this particular customer ID, right? So here there is the two separate table that we have kept. Now the question would be striking in your mind that isn't it be done like these two tables can be kept combined, right? Means there will be only one table where we will be having the information about the order as well as we will be having the information about the customer. Now why there is a need of this separate table? Well, so the concept behind this is nothing but normalization. Okay, normalization. Now before understanding this concept of normalization, let us understand this with the help of an example so that you will be getting an understanding, and then after I'll be telling you the definition for this normalization. All right, see here if you see, I'm having this two particular table. The first one is unnormalized table and the second one is normalized table. So if you see in the first table we have kept all the information of these two tables, that was customer table plus order table in the same table. Now if you see that if we keep all the information in a single particular table, the table will be like redundant one and bloated one. Also this will consume more memory as compared to keeping the table in a separate table. Also this is not at all a good practice to keep the data in a single table instead of keeping the separate data in the separate table. There comes the concept of normalization, where we divide the data into the separate table, relatable table you mean to say. Suppose, let's understand this way. Suppose if I am taking this particular table, here if you see the same customer we are having more than 2 times. This is the single table, right, where we only have 5 records. Now suppose, let's say for the time being, I am having the table where I have thousands of records, where I have lakhs of records. So for the single customer, if I need to change some information by any chance tomorrow I need to change or I need to edit some information. Let's say I need to address for this particular customer. So if you see, this customer is present 3 times. When we have taken just 5 records. Suppose if I have thousands of records and this customer is present 100 times. Now if I need to change the address for this particular customer, I need to go at 100 place and change the address for this particular customer, which is not at all good practice. That is why we need to keep the table normalized. We need to keep the table separate for different information. Now suppose I have taken 2 tables that we have taken like we have seen in the previous page. So here suppose for your information, this is the customer table where we have customer information. Now suppose I have order table plus customer table separate. Okay, customer table separate. Now if I want to change the specific detail for a customer, let's say street address only, so here what I can do is I can just go at one place for this particular customer, that is repair construction, and I can only change the address for this particular customer at one place at one time, right? I need not to go for like more than 100 times to change the same address for same customer, right? So it is always better practice to keep the table separate, to keep the table normalized rather than keeping all the information in a single table. So this is the concept of normalization, and if you ask about the definition for normalization, so it is, I'll be writing here, normalization is the process of keeping the data in relatable table. Okay, so this is the definition for I know it's a kind of messy, but no problem. So this is the definition of normalization. It is the process of keeping the data into relatable table. Okay, means if I have the data related to order, what I can do, I can create a separate order table. If I have data related to customer, I can create a separate customer table. Alright, so this is the concept of normalization. Alright, okay, so that's it for this video, guys. So I hope you understood about the concept of RDBMS, TPMS and normalization. Alright, so if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Till then, keep learning and keep exploring from your end. Thank you so much.